Math 155. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to write Math 148 here. Welcome back to Math 155. Section 8.6 Integrated Review. We're going to take a look at what we so-called the slope-intercept form in this particular section. But before we talk about the slope-intercept form, let's take a look at the idea of a slope. Okay. So what is a slope? A slope is referring to the steepness of a line, okay? How steep a line is, okay? We call those a slope. So the slope using the letter M measures the changing in altitude up and down and changing in displacement, which is horizontal, okay, distance. So in this picture, okay, how steep is this line depends on the changing in altitude over changing in displacement, left and right. Okay, so a lot of students remember the slopes formula says rise over run. So that's referring to if you have a line that's going up the hill from left to the right. All right, we will rise so many, that's changing in altitude, all right, versus changing in displacement. So changing in altitude, all right, that will be something called the delta y. Delta y symbolizes changing in altitude over changing in displacement, which leads to our saying rise over run. All right, so the actual formula, okay, for slope is rise over run over y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the rise, okay, or the changing in y value is on the numerator, changing for the x value, displacement is in the denominator. And the reason why we're using subtraction is referring to the distance, okay, from the two y value versus the distance of 2x value in our coordinates. All right. So when we're reading graph from left to the right, if a line is going up the hill from left to right, that will be positive slope. Okay, if a line is going down the hill, then my slope will always be negative. All right, couple things you need to know. Positive slope simply means we will go up so many places. All right, so let me use this picture. We will go up so many places and then we'll go to the right so many places. So that's your delta x over delta y. Changing in altitude, all right, over changing in displacement. Negative slope means we will go down so many first, over, then we will run to the right, changing in x. All right. So when you say rise over run, okay, the run always means go to the right. But the word rise only implies if the slope is positive. So when the slope is negative, it means we will need to go down so many and then go to the right. So for example, if I have a slope that says -2, what that means is it's -2 over 1. So by being negative slope, the top number means we will need to go down 2. All right, but the bottom number always means go to the right one. Well, go down 2 to the right one to where? Well, it's actually to the next point on the line. Okay, go to the next point on the line. So one point to the next point on the line will based on its slope. So to go from one point to the next point, for this particular slope, we will go down 2 to the right one. And if we go continuously, we will have a lot of points, okay, being drawn out so we can connect them with the line. So if I have a slope says m is equal to 3 over 4, by being a positive slope, the top number means we will go up 3. The bottom number means run to the right 4. So from one point to the next point, we will always go up 3 to the right 4. Go up 3 to the right 4. All right. So I can show it to you in a different video. When we begin to actually graph this, then you will begin to see exactly how we can use the slope to help us plotting points so we can connect them with the line. All right. So there are three ways to draw the equation of the line. The first way we talked about was by finding any 2 points. The second way was basically in the last video where we can find the x and y intercept. And the third way is actually using our slope and what we so-called the y-intercept. Okay, we will introduce the third way of graphing in this particular section. All right. So the slope-intercept form, okay, that I'm going to introduce can help us to learn the third way of how to graph the equation of the line. All right, find the slope. This particular example, find the slope from 2 points. All right, so the formula says y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what it's saying is, what the formula is saying is, find the distance between the two y value, find the distance between the two x value. So let's call my first point the x1, y1, my second point x2, y2. All right, so y2 minus y1. So my y2 is 7 minus my y1 is 3 over x2 is 9. All right, minus x1 is 2. So that will give me 4 over 7. All right, so that will be my slope. So what my slope is saying is we will go up 4 to the right 7 to go from one point to the next point on the graph. Oops, sorry. All right, so let's try again. This one we're just having fraction here, but it's okay. We can put in a calculator here. So let's call the first point x1, second point y2. Okay, y1, sorry. Second point x2 and y2. All right, let's find the distance between them. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 is 5 over 8 minus y1 is negative 3. So be careful now. It's not 5a minus 3. It's 5a minus a negative 3, okay? Over negative half, got to subtract, x1 is 2. All right, let's see what the 5/8 minus negative 3 is. So parenthesis 5 over 8 minus a negative 3. So that gave me 3.625. Convert to a fraction. That will be 29 over 8. All right, so that's my changing in y. That's a distance between the two y values. So let's see what the distance between these two x value. Negative half, let's say negative 0.5, okay? Minus 2, so it'll be negative 2.5. Convert to a fraction, that's negative 5 over 2. So let's divide these two real quick. So parenthesis 29 over 8 divided by negative 5 over 2. Let's put both fraction in the parenthesis. All right, so that will be negative 29 over 20. Negative 29 over 20. And I would love for you to put this negative sign in front of the fraction, okay, rather than put in the denominator. All right, so my slope is going to be negative 29 over 20. So to go from one point to the next point, okay, we will go down 29 places and then go to the right 20 places. All right, so when we find the slope from 2 points or 2 coordinates, we can actually use the slope formula. What the slope formula is basically saying is find the distance between the two y value and find the distance between the two x value. That's what it's trying to say. So in my picture, okay, I plot the 2 points. Both points has y value. We're trying to find the distance between them. So that's the same thing as finding how many places I need to go up or go down. So when we subtract the 2x value, that tells me I need to go to the right. Okay, how many places I need to go to the right to reach the next point. All right, that will conclude this lecture video on how to find slope by given 2 points. Thank you for watching.